very confident, says he's going to knock you out in the 9th round.
Yeah, man, you know, he's a dumbass, and so it's gonna be apparent on Saturday when he's the one that gets knocked out. I mean, genuinely, fighters always say this, there's the back and forth, but Piers, I'm being so honest, man, this guy is easy work.
Warm up.
Some 8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass, and I'm gonna beat Jada on love.
I mean, which is nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Especially Tank been talking about retiring, so why not get the bag and then go about your business if that's your plan?
Under the sharp studio lights, Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul sit face-to-face with Piers Morgan, the tension almost visible in the air. It's not just an interview, it feels like the calm before a storm. Jake leans forward, confident and unapologetic, admitting that Tank is by far the most experienced and dangerous opponent he's ever faced, a giant leap from anyone he's fought before. Still, his voice carries determination, the energy of a man convinced he can rewrite the script. Gervonta, on the other hand, doesn't bite into the noise. He sits
sharper, just my focus gotta be blazing that night, just man him in that ring, all in all be better.
I saw 8 to 10 rounds is what you thinking, and I think I saw 6 rounds. Is what you thinking? I could be wrong.
7 or 8.
Yeah, it's right around there. How you pick that number? Like, how do you pick what round it's gonna be?
First, his skills, the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know how durable he is. I don't know. I just don't know just yet. But I know if I could get him where I want him.
Yeah.
That's how long it's gonna take.
Yeah.
To be a good beating.
Do you understand the magnitude of this fight? Do you understand how important this fight is to the boxing game, to the sport?
I think I do, but I don't think that he knows. I've been in big fights, but it wasn't nothing like that.
Jake Paul tells Piers with fiery confidence that all debates will end inside the ring. He believes that when the bell rings on Saturday, November 15th, truth will be revealed through fists, not opinions. Every critic, every headline, every doubt, Jake wants them erased by the sound of his gloves connecting. My performance will speak louder than any interview, he insists. In his words lies a deeper truth about modern boxing, a sport now split between legacy and entertainment.
Says he's going to knock you out in the 9th round.
Yeah, man, you know, he's a dumbass, and so it's gonna be apparent on Saturday when he's the one that gets knocked out. I mean, genuinely, fighters always say this, there's the back and forth, but Piers, I'm being so honest, man, this guy is easy work.
Boxing prospect Emiliano Vargas reflects on this transformation. He believes Jake Paul understood the changing tides before anyone else. Instead of spending a decade climbing through the amateur ranks or chasing Olympic dreams, Jake built his own arena, an empire of followers and attention. By turning his social influence into a boxing platform, he bypassed the traditional route entirely and cashed in big. Vargas, though impressed, warns that this shift has consequences. For fighters who've dedicated their whole lives to mastering the craft, this new reality feels unfair. Where legends once waited years for major bouts, newcomers today can land headline fights after one viral moment. He respects innovation but reminds everyone that boxing's heart, discipline, honor, and earned respect must not be lost in the noise. Fame fades, he says, but legacy lasts.
Not in basketball terms, just such a funny internet game. But explain this to me like a third grader. What is an exhibition fight?
I don't even know, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. All I know is that Jake is making, God damn.
But when they say it,
God bless Jake, bro, because this is what he figured out. He figured out this. He figured out boxing is all about attention.
100%.
And he went from Disney to, you know, getting paid. What I told you, world champions that have dedicated their whole life to this sport, they will never get paid. Not even a percentage of what he's making.
Yeah.
But because attention brings dollars. It doesn't matter if it's a podcast, if it's a movie premiere, if it's boxing. If there's no attention on it, you're not going to make no money from it.
This is like the WNBA conference. That's why they don't make the money, because they don't have the attention.
No, for sure. I was at the WNBA yesterday, That shit was lit, bro.
It was lit?
I was chopping it up with Floyd was there.
It was good?
They won by like, I think 1 or 2 points. But I was standing up and I was jumping, you know, it was the finals though.
Yeah.
It's the finals. So, all that aside, I just feel like Gervonta could crack though, bro.
Oh, of
Gervonta
course.
could crack. I mean,
so this is what I want.
He's sparred light heavyweights and heavyweights before. Like, this ain't nothing new.
Even taller guys.
For sure.
Yeah, so what I really want to ask you in regards to that fight is, like, obviously someone like Gervonta is not, in his mind, he's not going to go out there and look stupid, no matter how it goes.
Right. No, he's not.
But that's what when I see it's an exhibition fight, I'm like, what does that mean?
And you can still get knocked out. You know, I feel like that means there's not going to be no winner.
No effect on the record.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. But you could get knocked out.
So you don't think, because, like, you know, the beef now is like, this shit's the WWE. That's what people say about boxing.
I mean,
like, you're completely right about Jake and what he's done. It's insane.
Yeah.
But he'll get the WWE. Oh, this is just like, what is this? Do you see it that way?
God bless him, bro. God bless. Hey, call my fights WWE fights, whatever you want to call it. If I'm getting paid $80-100 million, I mean, come on, bro. And look, the thing is, every single person that is commenting that, if they brought $100 million check in front.
Boxing journalist Gareth A. Davies calls this matchup something that would have sounded impossible a decade ago. A world champion like Gervonta Davis versus a YouTuber turned prizefighter, it's both fascinating and surreal. He doesn't mock it, he marvels at it. Jake Paul, in Gareth's eyes, has mastered the business of chaos. He knows how to provoke, market, and manipulate the spotlight. This fight exists, Gareth explains, because Jake Paul proved that attention itself is currency. Some call it a freak show, others call it a revolution. Whether fans cheer or boo, they still pay to watch. And in today's world, that's power. Like it or not, Jake's influence can no longer be ignored.
Hurry up, Paulus.
Well, there's an end game and a bookend to what Jake Paul's doing, and I think he's getting very close to the bone with this one, because it doesn't really work. It's the biggest freak show so far. Like you say, Gervonta is not in everybody's list, but he's there or thereabouts in the pound for pound list. I mean, since the Lamont Roach fight, people have been down on him a little bit more. You know, a lot of people might have lost that fight, you know. Obviously his troubles and travails away from the ring have meant that, you know, people are starting to question 33 now, is he?
No, I don't even think he's that.
31.
I think it's 31 max, 31.
Yeah. But they're beginning to question his validity.
Yeah.
31, yeah? 30, okay. Yeah. They're beginning to question, or I think we all are, but people are in general beginning to, pundits, and some fans are beginning to question his validity in that top 10 pound for pound list. I think he belongs there myself, or just outside it. Certainly in the top 15, no question. Maybe top 13. I think I've got him. I think I had him at 11 or 12, but I might have done a list on Saturday night. And obviously we want to see him in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. It's the big fight. Or even in Naoya Inoue at some point, which is a fantasy matchup that I remember dreaming about around the same time I was dreaming about Terence Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez a couple of years ago.
Veteran coach Reg steps in to defend his fighter. He reminds the audience that Tank's success wasn't built overnight. From the rough gyms of Baltimore to world titles across multiple divisions, Gervonta earned everything the hard way through blood, sweat, and relentless ambition. Reg dismisses the critics who claim Tank is chasing money. He's earned the right to secure his future, the coach says firmly. Boxing is a dangerous life, one bad night, and everything can change. Tank's path, he explains, has always balanced legacy with livelihood. He fights for greatness, but also for survival. Even now, Reg believes Tank represents what real boxing still stands for: discipline, courage, and championship mindset. The world might focus on what he hasn't done yet, but that's the price of being great. Every legend carries that burden.
You know what I mean? Especially Tank been talking about retiring, so why not get the bag and then go about your business if that's your plan? I mean, if that's your plan to retire, then go get the bag and go about your business. You ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm not against it.
You got some people that are very critical of Tank. Does it make sense depending on what you're in boxing for? Because you got some people that want to fight the best. You got some people that want the accolades, the belts, the undisputed. And you got some people that just came into this game like, look, I'm trying to get my family out of poverty and give us generational wealth. Does it all depend on what you decided to box for?
Well, Tank accomplished a lot at a young age. You know what I mean? He accomplished a lot at a young age. So I wouldn't be mad if he took the bag and went about his business and never fought again. You know what I mean? Plus, look at some of the things that he's going through. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of that can affect you as well. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're trying to be in this game. So I think, get the bag and go. That's your plan. Get the bag and go.
For me, of course, I wanted to see him fight Shakur. I wanted to see him fight Devin.
Yeah, we don't want to see him.
At press conferences, Gervonta's silence often steals the show. He listens, he watches, and only speaks when absolutely necessary. That quiet energy unnerves people, it creates mystery. Analysts Manx and Mora point out that his stillness isn't weakness, it's control. Jake Paul plays the entertainer, full of noise and bravado, while Tank sits like a hunter studying his prey. Even their body language tells a story: new school versus old school, influencer versus purist. One fights to prove he belongs, the other fights to remind the world why he's already there.
And even though Jake Paul tried to egg him on and try to goad Gervonta Davis on, he's dealing with somebody that is not a quick-witted, thinker. He's not a quick-witted speaker. Tank Davis is explosive in the ring. He's fast and powerful in the ring. He's charismatic inside the ring when he's punching. But when you put a microphone in front of him, he's not articulate. He doesn't know how to quickly respond to people. He stutters a lot. He does more stuttering than talking. So Gervonta Davis in front of a microphone is not going to sell. So Tank Davis shouldn't be put in a podium like that. He should have speakers for him. He should have someone talking for him. He should have a mouthpiece. Tank Davis is not going to sell this fight, and Jake Paul knows it. That's the reason he kept throwing jabs at him. He tried to get Tank out of his shell. Tank's not quick verbally enough. He's not quick-witted. He's not quick with the tongue. So in order for him to sell this fight, he's going to have an adversary that can spit something back. Like, for instance, Chavez Jr., he didn't have that quick-witted response, but he had the backing. He had the loyal following. And Chavez Jr., like many Mexicans, don't need to speak because they do all their fighting in the ring, and people know that. Tank Davis, I don't know, man. He didn't look good in his last fight. He's not fighting the killers in his division. People are getting off that Tank train, and we know that he's had his issues outside the ring. The love's not there anymore. Tank Davis is losing a lot of passion, a lot of followers, and people aren't buying this circus that Jake Paul's trying to sell. And I'm glad that people are getting off this train. The commission in Georgia got off this damn train. That's why they had to move this fight to Florida, where anything could happen.
Tank's calm demeanor splits public opinion. Some fans mistake it for boredom or lack of interest, assuming he's underestimating Jake Paul. Others see it as a mark of supreme confidence, a stillness sharpened by experience. Those who know Tank understand his method, observe silently, study deeply, and strike decisively. Boxing history is filled with quiet killers, fighters who let their hands do the talking. Gervonta fits that mold perfectly. To him, all the talk before the fight is just noise. When the bell rings, only one truth matters, the one written in punches and pain. Whether his calm hides arrogance or focus, only the ring will reveal.
Paul legitimately cooked Gervonta Davis in that press conference, and I really don't know how to feel about that. And to be honest with you, I still don't understand how boxing even allowed this to be made. Like, I don't. Like, dog, this is not an overstatement. Like, literally one of the core pillars holding up boxing is like this literal, like, fake superiority complex that they have over literally every other combat sport, despite literally being the least effective main combat sport there is. Brother, kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, brother, I put judo over I put boxing. In terms of practicality of combat, oh yeah, 100%. Brother, if Jake Paul makes it competitive against Gervonta Davis, I'm looking at this like, brother. Oh, well, weight difference, brother. Gervonta Davis has been training his entire life. I'm sorry, bro. It's bad enough that the fact that if this was under any other combat sport, this would literally be like one of the most one-sided matchups of all time. And it wouldn't be in favor of Davis. No, dog, if you did this under an MMA rule set, oh my gosh, bro, Paul cooks Gervonta. It's not close at all. Like round one finish level. Like, understand this, Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul is taking place in literally the only combat sport where Davis should win. I'm still shocked that they allowed it to be made. Because, like, there's no upside. If Jake Paul beats Gervonta Davis, now we're kind of looking like, wait a minute. What? Like, brother, don't forget. I still think it's a horrible look that Tyson Fury couldn't finish Francis Ngannou. That is so bad. Although Francis Ngannou's a great boxer. Francis Ngannou, no joke, is one of the worst boxers to ever be in the UFC. He just has absurd power. No, look at the technique of Francis Ngannou. It's not that good. It's carried by power. Like, going into it, like, I'm hyped, but it's also, I'm looking at this like, bro, Gervonta has to finish, bro.
Former champion Sean Porter has seen boxing evolve from a sport of warriors to a stage of entertainers. He respects Jake Paul's courage for stepping into real fights, but he wonders what this matchup truly represents. Has boxing become more about money than meaning? He asks. Porter acknowledges that both men deserve their paydays, but he worries about the message it sends to future generations. Will young fighters now chase viral fame instead of world titles? Will quick earnings replace long-term greatness? He doesn't blame the fighters, he blames the system that rewards attention over achievement. The question, Porter says, is not about this fight, but about what comes next.
I go, why are you doing that? How do you sort of see this scenario now for him?
Yeah, I don't really know how to feel about it, what to really say about it. I've only been asked this when it's presented to me. That's when I think about it, and I can't really come up with a good answer for it. In a lot of ways, it doesn't make sense to me. Of course, we know the size differential, and the list goes on from there. I don't know, man. I think we're entering a generation now, or a phase now where fighters, I don't know if it's fighters, I don't know if he doesn't care about the legacy, or if he feels like this fight doesn't matter, I'll get back to the legacy. I just don't know. This is truly not, it's not a legacy fight, but of course it is a generational money fight.
Analysts close to Davis see his journey differently. They argue that despite the money, Tank has never lost sight of legacy. Every fight he's taken has been a new test, a new chance to prove he belongs among the all-time greats. His silence isn't arrogance, it's focus. They explain that Davis knows one poor performance can erase years of hard work. That's why his camps are brutal, his training relentless. He's chasing immortality, not just paychecks. Legacy, one analyst says, is built through defining nights, not trending clips. Tank Davis is still building his.
You sitting on that toilet and that stool ain't brown or green. If it's red, go to the doctor.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, Tank Davis and Jake Paul, they fight in November. I personally have Tank. You know what I'm saying? I just don't, because Tank is a little different. He ain't like them other niggas who took a fall. Tank ain't finna take no fall, bro.
That's what I think too. I think like, bro got a reputation. You know what I'm saying? He ain't about to just, you know what I'm saying, sign a deal just for some money.
Just for some bread.
I ain't like, it's about the money though, for sure.
For sure.
But I'm not about to.
But what they get, like 20, he got like 20 million?
But yeah, 20, I ain't gonna lie, Tank probably get 20, 30, 40.
I don't know. Tank would get more than that because it's bringing Jake Paul more money than, you know what I'm saying?
Anything, but you know, Jake Paul putting up the purse, he putting up everything.
Oh, okay,
He paying for promotions, he paying for everything.
So he getting all whatever he get.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, I think it's a 60-40 cut or something like that.
I ain't mad at that.
So it's like you getting 40%, and you all got to do is show up and fight.
Nah, facts.
That's all you got to do is show up. And then 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a draw.
No. Tank gonna knock his. Well,
you think so?
Let me not speak too fast, but I know Tank. I pray, and I think I know that Tank is gonna be the winner.
Enter Nate Diaz, blunt as ever. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. To him, this fight is what it looks like, a business move dressed as a grudge match. Both fighters know exactly what they're doing, entertaining fans, cashing checks, and keeping the spotlight burning. Nate respects Jake's improvements, but he refuses to call this a traditional boxing war. It's a show, he shrugs. People watch, fighters get paid, and everyone wins. His honesty slices through the hype. Diaz reminds everyone that the sport now lives in the gray area between competition and entertainment. Maybe that's not pure boxing, but it's definitely what keeps people talking.
I gotta ask you, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Does Davis have a chance?
Gervonta is a great boxer, but he ain't gonna be.
So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or?
No, I don't got anybody, but I don't think.
He's just too small.
It just. I don't want to beat up somebody that small. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the fight?
I don't want to lose to somebody that. There's no point in the fight. It's a great fight, actually.
You think
I'm not hating on the fight, but I think. My thoughts on it is let's watch it, see what happens.
Ryan Garcia said that boxing is turning into WWE.
Yeah,
with that type of matchup. What do you agree? Last thing, White House card, like you said, you want Conor McGregor.
Yeah, but the whole thing's on WWE, so
right.
It's like, at least that's happening and it's getting something to talk about, something to watch,
And that brings us to the end of today's feature. The story of Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis isn't just about two men fighting, it's about what boxing is becoming. A collision of legacy and spectacle, discipline and drama, history and hype. No matter which side you stand on, one thing is certain, when these two step into the ring, the world will be watching. Stay tuned, Fight Night is coming.